Hello guys, welcome back to Sim UK. This is of course Fernbus Coach Simulator. Merry Christmas to you all. And yeah, so we're at Mainz. No, we're not. We're at Mannheim, and we're going to Mainz, Busbahnhof. And yeah, it's a pretty straightforward drive by the looks of things. 2 hours, is it? 2 hour drive. So first thing I need to do is get this coach set up, because everything turns off, as we know. There we go, engine is on. Police route in force. And yeah, we get the doors open. We've got aircon on. Been 19.5. Get the lights on. Fuel looks good. Temperatures, well, they're low at the moment, but they would be. Oh god, I got to set all this up again. Oops. Okay, that all looks good. That's on. Cracking. I think we're good to go. Right, so if we just jump up then and head out here. I can't remember if I've got the passengers on. No, it doesn't look like I have. Hello there. That was the wrong line. Let's try you then. Ciao. Okay, gravy. So I think that's everybody. Yeah, we've only got one pickup at this stop. That's good. Easy peasy. So we got a new repaint on today. It's yet another one of Yannick's. Why can't I get around there? Something in the way of bin. This is again part of the UK collection, and this is. I really like this. There's something about this Oxford version that I really like. It just it just looks really well. The bit I like most is up here, this orange sort of fade out at the top there. I mean, Yannick obviously produces the most accurate repaints available. Hey, there's my Bournemouth version that Yannick made for me. But this one just looks bloody awesome. Bloody awesome. They all look bloody awesome. There's no, you might as well just sort of insert here bloody awesome whenever I'm talking about one of Yannick's repaints. They're that good. They really are. So, okay, let's just jump on. Jump on our stagecoach and get the doors closed. Lovely stuff. What time are we due to leave here? Oh god, not for ages. Not for ages. Okay. And we'll start the ride. There we go. Good stuff. Now guys, you may or may not have seen my recent review of the comfort class, the Cetra. See if I can give you a proper view of this. Look at that. Oh, you're coming across then, are you? Better go inside for this bit. Yeah, so I recently did a review for the comfort class, the Cetra 515, and wow, that honestly blew my mind. I enjoyed driving that way more than I thought I would. Way more than I thought I would. the best way I can think of how to describe it is it's like a hot hatch of coaches. It just handles brilliantly. It's good fun to drive. It's not that responsive. I think maybe the acceleration needs to be addressed. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. It's definitely my second favourite coach right now, and that includes the 519. And that includes the S519 HD, which is the longest coach I think I've ever seen in my life. It's tricky to drive. In fact, I did a review on that as well, which I think the video for that is going up in the next couple of days, maybe even tomorrow. Maybe it's already out, I can't remember, I'm getting all confused. I'm working really hard. Turn the AC up. Working really hard on getting these Christmas videos out. Because I'm sure you probably all know at the end of Christmas Sim UK will cease to exist in its current state, and will take on a totally new persona. I say totally new, I mean it's not going to be totally new. There's going to be a lot less content, let's put it that way, but hopefully the quality of the content will improve, or at least that is my intention, that is my ambition. So sorry, we're turning right here. So yeah, so I've been working seriously. Still too cold. Go on, blue car, for goodness sakes. So one thing I have to say is that the Setras, for me, don't have the same wow impact that this Neoplan did when it came out. I mean, bearing in mind this Neoplan was, you know, being compared against the Lions coaches, and this is so superior, not just in terms of modelling and handling and physics and so on and so forth, but just as a coach in general. This is so much more, I think, so much cooler than any of the Lions coaches that we have in Fernbus. So I mean, I was already swayed probably by that aspect, plus it's a double-decker, so there's that as well. There's lots of things that the Neoplan has that I think the Setra just doesn't. As I said, as I mentioned briefly then, the physics I think are better in the Neoplan, and I don't know, all the Setras kind of almost feel the same. I mean, they don't feel exactly the same, there's a slight variation. But for example, the 515, which handles so brilliantly, it kind of accelerates in exactly the same way as the S519 HD. And the S519 HD is a much, whoa, what the heck was that? Is a much bigger and much heavier coach. So it should have more consequence on the acceleration. Whereas the 515 is, you know, it's like a little hot hatch, and it ought to respond in the same way. I don't think, I mean, I've never been on a 515, so I can't vouch for how quickly they pull away, but just, you know, simple logic suggests to me that they can't pull away in exactly the same manner, because they are vastly different coaches, vastly different weights. There's no road markings here, so I don't know which lane I'm meant to be in. Oh, you can only go left or right. Oh, crikey. Oh, I didn't see that in time, did I? We're going left. Bit of awkwardness coming into play now. Oh, terribly sorry. I suppose what we could do, I'm getting a lot of vibration through my steering wheel right now. Oh, look at all this traffic. Come on. We got out eventually. Look at that moon. That's pretty cool. Straight on. Yeah. I just feel that that sat-nav needs to be bigger. I don't think it's big enough. Maybe once I've got my 27-inch monitor... What the hell is going on here, Mr. UI? Whoa, what are you doing, you crazy fool? This green car's like stuck in acceleration. Oh, that's funny. I haven't seen anything like that for a little while. Yeah, that's kind of craziness. That's a bug right there. Oh, and he's gone. Good. Good riddance, crazy fool. So yeah, I mean, the Setra 515s feel very much like the Lions coaches, and that isn't necessarily a good thing, I don't think. And bearing in mind, I'm comparing this against see, balls. I think I'm gonna have to bring up the thing, aren't I?
Hallo und herzlich willkommen bei FlixBus.
I realise I forgot to play that as well.
Und wir gemeinsam unser heutiges Reiseziel ansteuern. Bevor wir richtig in Fahrt kommen.
We just have to use this pop-up one. There's no way I can use the in-cab one. It's too difficult to see.
Bitte schnallt euch deshalb während der gesamten Fahrt an. In den Sitztaschen vor euch findet ihr unsere Bordkarte mit weiteren Sicherheitshinweisen und Infos zu unserem Snack- und Getränkeangebot. Eine Toilette befindet
So yeah, externally and internally, the modelling on the Setras is absolutely sublime. The audio, I think, is possibly better than the Neoplan. I'm not 100% wholeheartedly convinced of that fact, but yeah, there's a possibility. The sound in the... I did have some sound issues, but that wasn't to do with the Setra itself, although initially I thought it was. That wasn't actually to do with the Setra. That was because every time I start up Fernbus, it tries to load itself into Oculus, which means that my Oculus Rift basically steals half the audio. And my headphones, which are supposed to have the audio, just have the other half. So I mean, that's why I was having so many audio problems with it. But no, I think possibly the Setra audio is better. It's difficult to do a like-for-like comparison, partly because you know it takes so long to load between the games. Maybe I ought to record some footage of both and just play the video sort of one after the other so that maybe we can make a decent comparison. But certainly the retarder element, that sounds brilliant in the Setra. I love just slowing down just so I can hear it. That's how much I like that. So yeah, I think probably the Setra has slightly better audio. It's not groundbreaking, it's not definitive, but yeah, I think in a subtle way it is better. Did I start the ride? God knows. It starts itself anyway, doesn't it? As soon as you start driving, it starts itself.
For more information, simply visit flixbus.com or get in touch with us on Facebook. Of course, we're always striving to improve our service. Please use the questionnaire we send you by email to give us feedback about your journey. You can also use it to share your suggestions.
So yeah, I mean, I think
we're always ready to assist.
I think in terms of favourite coaches in Fernbus right now, it's still the Neoplan. Partly because it's a double-decker, partly because I think the physics are better, partly because I just really genuinely like the Neoplan Skyliner, and then easily in second place is that Setra 515. That is so much fun to drive. It really is. You know, this Neoplan is a big, heavy, cumbersome kind of coach that you've got to be wary of your surroundings. You've got to think about your cornering. You've got to be, you know, aware of your situation and your surroundings at all times, which some of you are laughing at, bearing in mind how many accidents I've had in this flipping thing. But yeah, in the Setra 515, I don't think you have to feel like that at all. You can just nip in and out of traffic, take corners at high speed, do what you like. The thing is just electric to drive. It really is nice. And the 519 brings in a nice layer of complexity because it is so long. I mean, it is crazy long. I think we're coming off here. Yes, we are. It is crazy long, and that adds a whole new dimension. I mean, the near plan is shorter than the 519 by quite some way, I imagine. I haven't actually checked the specs on that, but you know, instinctively, that's how I feel. It must be considerably shorter. If anything, I'd say that the near plan was closer to the 517 in terms of length. But you know, then you've got a double height, so you've got that extra sway going on. The centre of gravity is different on the two coaches, and I feel like you can feel that. I feel as though that is expressed in the physics rather nicely, if you were to compare the two. But you don't get that same sort of comparison between the 519 and the 515, I think, is my bugbear. Now, that's not something that can't be fixed. Physics is obviously, the physics on the near plan have been improved in recent updates, so there's no reason to suspect that the comfort class Cetras are not going to have the same kind of tweaking for the physics. And you know, if the physics were just improved, I think you'd have a pack. Was it 5 coaches to get in that pack? I think you'd have an excellent pack there. They should all feel slightly different. They should all feel slightly different, but definitely the difference between the 519 and the 515 should be considerable because of the extreme difference in length, weight, probably even engine size, I'd have thought. So, you know, Fernbus is a simulator, attention to detail, that is an important aspect, and it should be addressed. And I'm sure it will be, you know. TML have worked tirelessly on this project, and I think the results are evident for all to see. I mean, I've enjoyed playing this game from day one, so I'm probably flipping taxi drivers. I'm probably I wouldn't say biased, but I'm more easily swayed because I already like the game anyway. So all these improvements are just like, you know, cherries on top of the cake. Whereas some of you out there who quite rightly complain that there's no force feedback, or no you know, realistic kind of force feedback, yeah, you're not going to be appeased by all these fantastic new features and new coaches and stuff. You want force feedback, and that makes sense. I lost count of the number of people flipping taxis. I've lost count sorry, I've lost count of the number of people who have said to me, I'll play this game when they sort the force feedback out. So for those people, you know, they're probably still looking at this and thinking, oh God, I wish they'd sort the force feedback out. I'm speeding, are you kidding? Let's put the old cruise control on. I don't trust myself. Whoa, crikey, did you see me veer across the road then? This is a rather cool part of the map. I like the way that traverses there. Got some externals. I've hardly done any externals in this video. Sensational work. It really is sensational work. All day, all night, all year. We're going left here, we are, aren't we? Oh look, some more AI issues there. That's 2 in this video. Very odd, I haven't seen any AI kind of mistakes for flipping ages. Well, it seems like flipping ages. This is us, this is our stop, and again, nobody here. How odd. Not one passenger. We picked one up in the last episode, in the last stop rather, well in the last episode as well, in this episode. Stop talking rubbish. Yeah, just nothing. How strange. Right, let's let them off. Let's let whoever's getting off, if anybody. There we go. Oh, pretty much everybody got off. So we must have a fairly empty coach then for the last leg. Are these guys going to go or what? Looks like they're waiting to pick up their luggage. But the doors are open, so they should just grab their luggage and go. Bit strange. Anyway, guys, here we are. Beautiful nighttime scenery, and we've got one leg left, which will be the last ever Fernbus in Germany tour, because that will be us unlocking the final city in all of Germany. We'll have unlocked everything, so that's quite a momentous day, and it's also going to be the last day of Sim UK as we know it. So please join me for that, and I look forward to it. Until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye for now.